Welcome back to Build First, the Authors Foundation podcast. I'm Paula Banks, and this is the show for authors who are done guessing and ready to build something that actually holds weight. I'm glad you're here. Now let's get into it. So I want to tell you about Dr. Tiffany Sayles. Now, Dr. Sayles is a first-time children's book author who released her first book, We Say, in January of 2026. When she released her book, she did not have a big platform. She did not have a huge advertising budget. She did not have years of experience in the publishing industry. All she had was a book that she believed in and a decision that changed how her launch performed. And that is, she decided to build first. Now, in her first month after launching, Dr. Sayles sold over 300 books. And I don't want to just drop the number and skate past it because the number alone doesn't tell the real story. What I want you to understand is what was already in place that made that number possible. So when Dr. Sayles and I started working together, we didn't start with promotion, not yet at least. We started with her foundation, the same 5 pillars we've covered all season. So she was clear on her positioning. She knew exactly who her book was for, what it did for the reader, and how to talk about it so the right person immediately felt seen. That clarity is what makes promotion feel natural instead of forced. So when you know exactly who you're talking to, everything you say hits differently. So we built her a platform, somewhere she owned, a home base that could actually receive the people her promotion was about to send over. And it wasn't her social media page. It was a real destination with a clear next step waiting for whoever showed up. And we talked about what would happen after the book. What was the next step? Because she was building a entry point and it was going to be bigger than that one book. And we got her processes up and running. The email sequence, we got her storefront up, the follow-up automations. So when people started arriving, and they absolutely did, nothing slipped through the cracks. The foundation was there to catch all of it. And then we promoted and into everything that was already built and waiting. So those 300 books, every single one of them became a relationship, not just a transaction that closed and disappeared. Each person who bought that book, and they are now inside her ecosystem that was built to receive them. They got a welcome email, they got a next step, and they became part of something that she could reach again when the next book came. So 300 sales without a foundation is just a number. You celebrate it, you're going to post about it, and then you start over from zero trying to figure out how to replicate it. 300 sales with a foundation is a launch pad. It compounds, it builds, it grows, it gives you something to stand on for everything that comes next. And for Dr. Sayles, what came next is what I really want you to hear. Because since the release of her book, We Say has literally grown into a movement. She has speaking engagements, multiple book orders, events, opportunities that found her because the foundation was already there to hold them when they arrive. And that is not luck. That is just what happens when the infrastructure is ready before the visibility comes. And the visibility came. And instead of scrambling, instead of creating things on the fly or losing opportunities because nothing was in place to catch them, the foundation was there to hold it all. So Dr. Sayles now has an infrastructure. She now has a foundation that will allow her to grow. And that decision to build first is going to go far beyond what either of us could have even imagined when we were speaking and mapped out her day one. This is what Build First produces, not just a launch result, a platform for everything that follows. And Dr. Sayles, what she built is not out of reach for you, not because of her platform size or her budget or her years of experience, because she had none of those when she started. What she had was a willingness to build before she promoted. And that decision is available to every single author listening to this episode right now. You wrote the book, you did the hard part, now build what it deserves. Now, if Dr. Sayles' story resonated, if you want to understand exactly what she built before she launched, the build first, why do authors build backwards and how to fix it, is where the blueprint lives. It walks you through all 5 pillars in a format you can work through at your own pace and apply directly to your author business. It is the most practical thing you can put in your hands right now. And the Build First Authors Foundation Workbook is the interactive companion that puts the framework in your hands so you can actually build alongside it. Both are available now, and the links are in the show notes. And if you want to know exactly where the foundation has gaps before your next launch, the free author reality checklist will show you in less than 5 minutes. And that link too is also in the show notes. And that is episode 9. We have one more episode left this season. And next week is the season 1 finale. And I'm going to close in the way I want every author who has been listening to close it. Not with a summary, but with a charge. What you do next matters. And episode 10 is going to make sure you leave with clarity on exactly what that is. So if Dr. Sayles' story hit something for you today, share the episode with an author in your circle who needs to hear it. That is the best way to grow this community, one author at a time. I am Paula Banks, and remember, build first, then let visibility do its job, and I will see you in the next episode.